All right, what is up? Happy Saturday, everybody. Beautiful, beautiful blue sky day. Had to get out and get here a walk in, and man, just loving it out here. And one of the things I want to share with you today is a unique definition and a solution at the same time, plus two other bonus life hacks that I've been using sort of unknowingly for quite a long time. So what I'm talking about today, number one, is cell phone hydration. So Bob, good to see you, man. Cell phone hydration is not really a common term, and it's something that I had to implement myself as a way to make sure that I stay hydrated every day. So I'm not hydrating my cell phone, but what I am doing is making sure that I don't get dehydrated. One of the things that we do is we wait till we get thirsty to drink something. And by the time you get thirsty, that is a indication that you already don't have enough water in your body. And it takes a period of time to get yourself back to a proper hydration level. So, for example, if you have plants at your house and you let those plants' dirt get all the way dry, and then you try to go water those plants, if you pour too much water in too fast, the water will run straight through the dirt and right out the bottom of the pot that the plant is in. And it takes a little bit of time for that dirt to soak up some of that water, and then you can pour more water in and it will actually absorb it. So this is a concept that works for plants, but our bodies are basically the same thing, right? Our bodies only can absorb so much water so fast. And so if you are all the way dehydrated and you try to rehydrate yourself very quickly, your body will absorb some of that, and a lot of it is just going to pass through your system and you got to go pee, right? So what you want to do is consistently add water to your system so that you never get to that dried out point. You want to stay internally soaked up with enough water for your body to do everything. You know, this is such a simple way to maintain our health is just drink enough water, okay? So I cannot stress this enough. You have to have at least half of your body weight in ounces of water every single day to maintain basic hydration levels. If you're exercising a lot and you're sweating even more, those numbers go up from there. But what I'm talking about with cell phone hydration, this was a term that I coined myself after doing a reminder process, because what happens is we all live real busy lives. We're out here, I'm walking and recording at the same time, trying not to get hit by cars, but we all live really busy lives, and it's easy to forget just the simple things like drinking water. Holy cow, it's so easy, but it's also easy not to do. And so giving ourselves structured reminders to just drink some water and to do that over and over throughout the day, it was hard for me. I tried to set certain points, was like, okay, at noon I'm gonna drink some water, and then at 2 o'clock some water, whatever. And it was never enough. I could never remember. And so what I had to do was set alarms on my phone. I had to use several alarms that I set for the top of the hour throughout my workday especially. That was when I had the worst time remembering because I'm busy doing a lot of things, that reminded me, oh, drink some water, drink some water, drink some water. And having 8 to 10 alarms throughout the day that reminded me to simply drink water. Holy crap, was it so much easier to stay hydrated, because I just had to add in a little bit and then add in a little bit and add in a little bit, and my body was able to absorb it at a rate that wasn't flushing through me near as bad, and I never got to that dried out period, right? And so that was magic in the way that I changed my attention to drinking water. And so keeping myself on that consistent hydration cycle during the day was very simple when you have that reminder going off. But the other two things that I naturally started doing, just because of how my body felt and what I had to do in order to adjust to how my body felt at certain times, is I had to institute an earlier start to drinking my water and actually an earlier end to drinking my water. So during the day, I'm drinking water all day long. If I continue drinking water all day long until I go to bed, holy crap, I'm going to probably have to pee in the middle of the night. And as you get older, that becomes a more frequent thing already. Your body just doesn't have the ability to hold near as much liquid like you did when you were a kid. And so at the end of the day, what I started doing was giving myself a 2-hour window where 2 hours prior to when I plan to go to sleep, I stopped drinking. I want to make sure that I'm hydrated all the way up to that point. But by the time it comes, if I'm going to bed at 10 o'clock, by 8 o'clock, I want to make sure that I'm well hydrated and not continuing to put more fluids into my body so that when I can go to sleep, I can stay asleep. I'm able to actually stay in a restful sleep cycle the whole time without having to be agitated in the middle of the night by my urinary tract going off kilter and having to actually get up and go pee to get back to a comfortable place to get back to sleep. That breaks your sleep cycle. That breaks your ability to rest and recover. That's the whole point of sleeping. And so stopping that water 2 hours prior to, and if you got to wake up and get a drink of water just because your mouth is dry or whatever, having a sip of water is not going to kill you. Hey, Peter. But getting the mass consumption and the hydration portion of your daily water drinking done at least 2 hours before going to bed, that's, magic to really improve the quality of your sleep. Now, stopping drinking water 2 hours before you go to bed and then sleeping 6 to 8 hours is very on the other side of hydrating. That's a dehydration cycle. So sleeping is naturally dehydrating just over the period of time that you're going without putting water in. But you're also breathing, you're sweating, you are getting rid of water also during that entire time. And so the other trick that I had to institute was earlier hydration. So one of the things that I teach in my brand new system that's coming out is how to be healthy while working from home. And a big piece of this is drinking enough water. And when I didn't start drinking water until later in the day, so many of us wake up and the first liquid that goes into our body is coffee. Coffee is a diuretic. It actually pulls the water out of your body and makes you excrete it by going pee. So this is the opposite of hydration. And so if your first liquid intake is coffee, you're furthering the dehydration process. And I was guilty of this. I didn't drink near enough water early enough during the day. And so my trick now is what I call volume chugging. I wake up in the morning, and here's another bonus tip. Brush your teeth before you start drinking or eating anything. Your mouth builds up a lot of bacteria at night. And so you want to make sure that you're not swallowing all that bacteria, right? But I get up in the morning, I get my teeth brushed, and then I chug at least 12 ounces of water. And that just instantly puts in enough water to start that rehydration process. So even if I do have some coffee in the morning, it's not the only liquid coming in, and that dehydration process that comes from drinking coffee is minimized. So I start the intake earlier. I follow the hourly alarm throughout the day to maintain, and then I end 2 hours prior to going to bed. And with these three things, I'm able to now keep myself hydrated at optimal levels. I don't have to feel like I'm ever running out of water. Honestly, like that is one of the biggest things, is feeling like your body just won't work the way that it needs to. Your mental focus and your joints are stiff and your skin is tight and wrinkly, and there's so many negative things that happen from not drinking water that when you do it over and over and over for a long period of time, you become accustomed to it, and your body actually isn't able to function at the same way that it is when it stays hydrated consistently. On top of, I'm always in a place where I have water around me so much now that I can help my family. I've noticed that if I have water there, they will drink it. And so my other bonus tip, I got so many tips for you guys, but the extra thing is I carry extra water with me all the time. If I have one bottle of water, I can drink that myself, right? I can put down, 24 ounces of water in a couple hours without really even paying attention to it because I'm just used to drinking water all the time. But I always bring at least 2 bottles of water, sometimes 3 or 4, depending on the situation, and have them around my family. If I have them there specifically for them to drink, it's a lot tougher to get them to drink it. But if it's just there, they will decide on their own that I need to get some water. I'm seeing Dad drink some water. I just try to be the example for them, and it carries over as long as there's water for them to drink as well. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. If you have questions on any of this stuff, definitely hit me up. I am launching my new program very soon here, coming out to market to allow you to control the balance of your daily activities that revolve around your health. Life is so crazy these days, especially with the COVID situation we're dealing with currently, change of presidents, all of the economic swings up and down, so many crazy things going on. Mr. Marco, what's up, my man? So if you guys are, really just tired of being unhealthy, we get used to it. We look at ourselves in the mirror and we're used to it. But the moment you do something to improve your health, holy crap, you notice it instantly and you feel better. And it motivates you to take the next step, to do something, to see that improvement and feel better on a bigger level. And it's a momentum path that you can go down. But the information to be healthy is out there, right? You can Google how to eat well and how to exercise and do all this stuff. But the organization of the content is a piece that is hard to find in a way that works for people who work from home. Most of the stuff is like, go to a gym and go on this crazy diet plan and all of these ridiculous programs that do not allow you to actually work it into the schedule of your real life. And being able to do actions in the moment, that's where we actually live all the time, is in the moment of our awareness right now. And what are we doing? How are we moving? What are we eating? How much are we drinking? All of these sorts of questions come out. And these momentary choices are what build up to be the results that we get. So Marco, you know what I'm talking about. Peter, you definitely know where I'm at. The momentary choices, the minutes of your day are the times when you become healthy. You don't get healthy by going to the gym and working your ass off. You have to do it over and over and over and over and over, day after day after day after day, for the rest of your life. And if that's something that you've really struggled with, because, man, that's a daunting thought of having to go to the gym every day forever. It's scary to feel like, man, I have to sacrifice so much of my day to be able to get healthier. Nobody really has that commitment in them for very long, unless there are 2 pieces that come with my system, which is accountability and motivation. It's not about the information. The information I have definitely makes it easier. And it's Vicky, Mrs. Vicky, great to see you. So we got a lot of people looking at this that are examples of this program. They've gone through some of the pieces and they've seen the results themselves just because of the consistency that they've done it with, right? We don't have a crazy plan to hand to you. So if you're looking for some revolutionary, workout with some unknown factor of fruit that you've never heard of from somewhere deep in the jungle, that's not it. The magic trick is consistently doing the thing and figuring out how to steal moments out of your day to keep yourself on a healthy level. So the stuff I was talking about today is just the hydration piece of this. This is just drinking enough water. And the only other real big pieces are how much are you eating every day, what are you doing with your body, and how are you recovering with sleep. It's a simple thing. And if you create a structure around intentional actions that are dedicated to taking you towards the goal that you think you will get from taking those actions, then the only definition of success is, are you taking the action? And that's what I show you how to do and help you move through that process on a regular basis for the rest of your life. Because every time I ask somebody, how long do you want to be healthy? Forever. That's the only answer that anyone has ever given me when I've asked that question. And so can you imagine yourself going to the gym forever? That's scary right now. I don't want to go there at all. And I used to work in gyms. I was a personal trainer for a long time. I'm comfortable in that scenario. They're not a safe place right now. And the things that go on there aren't actually required to have to go on there. You can get a dang good workout at home without even having any equipment. So, guys, I'm almost back to my house here, but I appreciate you hanging out today because we're really in a time of uncertainty these days, you know, and so many things falling apart around us, that bringing ourselves back to a place of controlling the things that we can control. There's so much stuff that we don't control that's happening in the world today that, man, I really wish I could fix it for everybody. But I can't, you know. I can't fix the world. I can't fix what's going on in your financial game. None of that is within my control. The only thing that I can do within my world to make sure that I am staying as the best version of myself to handle all the craziness is to take consistent action every day to stay healthy. And you guys have the exact same opportunity to do that. So if you'd like to get into something that is a little bit simpler than all the craziness that's out there, if you work from home and you're just tired of being tired, let me know. Give me a comment below. I'll definitely reach out to you. We can get together and make sure that this is a plan that you can institute that will follow on a daily basis and improve your health on an actual scale that you can still enjoy life with and you're not killing yourself. So again, I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the beautiful blue skies we got out here today. If you haven't gone out and gone for a walk anytime soon, I highly recommend doing that. We'll see you guys next time.